Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Swirl to Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to tonight's show. This was a spur of the moment thing. I wasn't planning on going on tonight, but I thought I would go on tonight. And I'm going to have a show tonight. Of course, it's going to be a short live. Okay, I'm not going to spend much time. It was thrown together at the last minute, so I didn't have much time to do many things. But I want to talk about something. Okay, if you see the title, it says "Power Couple Privilege." Okay, I do believe that black women and white men that come together in marriage, love and marriage, they do have a certain privilege. Okay, people, they seem to do better than other couples statistically, right? Black women and white men seem to have longer lasting marriages, have more success, and even financially than within their own race. Okay. And a lot of people say, well, it's because she's with the white man, he's got white privilege. And no, that's not it at all. Okay. What power couple privilege is, okay, it's not a privilege that's given to you, it's a privilege that's earned. Okay. When black women and white men come together, okay, with love and marriage, they tend to do better than other groups statistically, right? Not all the relationships work, I get it. But a lot of them are. And there's a lot of success happening between black women and white men. And the reason is because black women and white men are held accountable than any other groups. Okay. Things in society, the past, present, future, white men are held accountable. They're blamed for a lot of stuff. Okay. In the community, when things go bad, it's the white man's fault. Okay. And same thing in the black community, when things go bad, the black woman takes the blame. Okay. And we kind of share that. We're held accountable. And we're also the backbones of our community. Okay. A lot of the time, black women are forced into a forced matriarchy where the woman's got to take charge and do almost everything. A lot of black women are single mothers. They have to carry the load. Okay, and a lot of times Black women are expected to do the work, to come through, to hold up the community, to uplift the men in the community. Okay. In the white community, it's the opposite. Okay. The white man is expected to lead the way, expected to make things happen. And when it goes bad, he takes the blame. Okay. And that's what leaders do. Okay. A lot of the times they're counted on the most because they are the leaders. Now, when they come together in marriage, a lot of times they're both doing the work. They're both been conditioned to uplift their counterpart. Okay. Black women have been conditioned to uplift black men. White men, we've been conditioned to uplift white women, right? In our community. That's how we've been taught. That's how we've been raised. And if you're in a traditional family, that's how it is. Okay. The men are the rough individuals, they're the workers, they're expected to do the work and provide for their families. I've been taught this my whole life. Okay. And I've been taught to love and respect women. Okay. And people say, well, white men put white women on a pedestal. And we kind of do. And that's not a bad thing. Because truly, in a relationship, in a marriage, the woman is the prize. The woman is the treasure. The woman is the beautiful one. Okay? Us as men, we're the ones that are supposed to protect, provide, and put our families first. And through societies, it's been pretty much that way. Okay. And when black women and white men come together and we're putting in the work, we end up appreciating each other more because we're not used to getting that love and being poured into and uplifted. Okay. And that's why it works, because we're both expected to do something. We're conditioned, we're trained, we're groomed to do this. And that's why it works so well. Okay. And another thing, black women and white men, we're not given excuses if things go wrong. If we fail, we take the blame, that's it. I never had that luxury to say, okay, well, I didn't get the job, but it was racist, or the man was holding me back, or it wasn't my fault. If you do that, people will laugh at you. They will not take you serious. Okay. Where a lot of times, and I hate to say it, a lot of times in the black community, the men are coddled by black women. Okay. And a lot of times they're given an excuse, i.e., racism, white supremacy. And I'm not saying those things don't exist, they do. But a lot of times they're used as like a security blanket, as a crutch. Because, see, the thing of it is, when it comes to men, if we're not held accountable, we're not going to be productive. Okay? And ladies, I'm not saying don't uplift your men, do that. But men are at their best when they're held accountable. When it's either sink or swim, your back's against the wall, and there's no excuses, you can't play the victim. And a lot of times, white men, we're not used to having that, that crutch, that security blanket to fall back on. Black women are the same way. And when we come together and build, when you got two people working, you're going to have success. And if we follow our roles the way we're supposed to and love each other more than ourselves, we'll end up having that privilege. We'll have that marriage privilege, that love privilege. And it transfers to economic privilege. And then it transfers to our children. Okay. We have that. A lot of people hate to see that. Okay. There are people out there that are caught up in a segregated mindset that believe you got to stay with people that look like you within your racial group, within your uh, ethnicity. Okay. And that's not true. You can find love in different people. And amazing thing with black women that I've learned through the years it is black women are amazing. They have a lot of love. Black women are nurturing. The black women are direct, and that's one quality I love. Usually, when you approach a black woman, you have your courage. You pretty much know where you stand without, you pretty much know without hesitation right then and there. Um, Black women are very direct, and black women expect men to be direct, i.e., white men, non-black men. You know, um, but to get together to have that so-called power couple privilege. Okay, people will say, "Oh, that's white supremacy." Well, white supremacists only wants white only. The white supremacists don't want to be with a black woman. Okay, so people think it's that because we build together, we build well, and actually, statistically, white men have more wealth when they marry black women. And I think that's because black women pour more into their men. Black women are more loyal. And a lot of times, us as white men, we get that, we embrace it, and it brings out the best in us. It makes us better, it makes us more loving. It makes us appreciate the women we're with, the wives we have. But when you have a good thing, you have a blessing. There are people out there that will try to destroy it, try to destroy you, your family, your marriage. Okay. And I'm going to talk about that more Saturday night. Okay. When I talk about fighting the good fight, within an interracial marriage, what black women, white men go through. Okay. The barriers they have to overcome, the love and hate they get from people. Okay. And, you might have to cut ties with family, so called friends that don't want to see you get together in an interracial relationship. Okay. And there's a lot of stereotypes, a lot of attacks that go in to try to stop what you have. And I'm telling you, I've been married over 30 years. There's always been somebody against me and my wife Sandy's marriage, both black and white. Okay. But we get through it because we love each other. And really, what makes the power couple, black women, white men, is having to fight the good fight for each other, putting each other first. And I'll tell you something that's crazy. Sometimes you embrace having to fight that good fight. Yeah, you want to be left alone and live your life, but sometimes you embrace having to fight that good fight for your wife. And she'll feel that way too. I know when I talked to my wife, it was like, we talked about that. And I told her, I said, I embrace those times I had to stand up for you and not let haters get to us and try to destroy our relationship. And she was like, you know what? I feel the same way. And that's what makes it beautiful. Because nothing good in life is free. Nothing good in life isn't handed to you. There's no shortcut. Okay? We have to make it work. And we have to put each other first. And we have to fight those barriers. We have to fight people, what they say. We have to stand up to them, saying your marriage ain't going to last. A lot of stereotypes, right? With white men, a fetishizer. I've been called that so many times. Over 30 years. Only been married once. One wife. My children are with one woman, my wife. I just don't think that fits the stereotype of a fetishizer. But people will attack you and they'll say whatever stereotypes and lies they got to say to try to destroy you. Because really, black women and white men, we're having the best results statistically. Now, we're the least likely to join together and get married, but when we do, we lead the way and we build that power couple privilege. It's not given to us. We have to work for it. We have to put in the work, and we got to invest in each other. But, and those of you in an interracial marriage or even interracially dating, you know what I'm talking about, right? And those of you that have been married as long as I have, okay? Always somebody coming for you. Always somebody that wants to see you fail. The best way you fight your enemies that hate you and want to destroy what you have, the best way to fight that is to be successful. Live your life. Now, I created this channel to promote interracial relationships with black women and white men, or black women and non-black men, because I've seen something in black women. I seen a beauty. I seen character. I seen a resilient. I've seen black women so resilient, adapt and overcome situations. And I've seen black women at their best when they're loved, when their confidence comes in. They're just unstoppable. I've seen that. And for me, black women are the best option. And if it's wrong for me to be with a black woman, well, hey, I just got to be wrong. But I tell you what, black women in my life have changed my life for the better. Black women have shown me how to love the right way, how to be loyal, how to be engaged and put the person you love first. So I'm telling you, you have a black woman that loves you, your goals end up being her goals. And she'll do whatever it takes to make you succeed. And then make you feel like you're unstoppable, like there's nothing you can't do. But with me, with my channel, I want to promote black women and white men. I want black women to have the best option because they are the best option, whatever that color is. I want people to see the truth and what's really going on. Instead of stereotypes, generalizations. Okay? And these studies they put out from Pew Research, the U.S. Census, where they track marriages. And they're finding a blessing between black women and white men, having the longest lasting marriage. And I know for a lot of people, it kind of blew their mind. Because, see, and I know growing up, people just knew my marriage would fail because I married a black woman. Same people looking at me and say, wow, you really proved us wrong. Well, I knew I was going to anyway. Because when you have true love, two people come together, put each other first, you're going to win. And you're going to have haters. Then you got to stand up for each other. And I tell you, some of the topics I come up with, people don't like. They're kind of a little, I don't know, areas people don't want to touch. Like the other night, I talked about the most involved father survey. Okay. Half of 10,000 men really don't represent the whole nation. And that's what I was calling out. You can be a good father and love your kids and be single, sure. But children do better statistically with two parents at home in a marriage. And that was my point. I'm not going to just accept some fly-by-night study that's vague, has nothing, no solid evidence. A survey you fill out. So, and I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to sugarcoat it and go with the flow, and just so people are happy. And no, I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell you why I think that way. Because several times when I talk about marriage stats and stuff, I'm always told, "Oh, that's a lie. That's false. That's not." And people have that right to have that opinion, no problem. You can believe whatever you want. But that's just me, okay? I want to be truthful, I want to be honest, and I want to be honest to you. Some people say, you shouldn't say certain things or what you believe. Why? Why am I going to lie and hide? Just saying. But I want to focus on power couple privilege. I want to focus on black women, white men. A beautiful blessing we have. Yes, and there's evil out there that will try to take that blessing away from us. That will try to humiliate us, try to lie on us, try to tear up what we got. Because a lot of these people are hurting. Hurt people. They do. The best way to get through that is to just love each other and focus on what's important. Love, marriage, family. That's what it's all about. This YouTube can be crazy at times. You get people that love you, hate you, harass you, talk about you and can't stop. But you got to still push along. And you got to tell the truth. But anyway, let me show you some of these videos. Okay, some I've shown before. Okay. These slides, I didn't get a chance to make new ones tonight, but I got a couple old ones. And I want to show you some statistical data. Okay. And this comes from the Pew Research U.S. Census hard stat. They can track marriages. They know how long they last. They know, they can track it by racial groups, interracial groups. Okay. And my definition of a victory when it comes to marriage, when it comes to our group, black women, white men, what I see is a victory is not that the numbers we're doing it in droves, and no. I'm not into quantity. I'm into quality. Okay? Having the best option. Having the best wife that fits in with you into your marriage, that you both can bring the best for each other and make each other better. And the best option for me is black women. And my life proved it. My marriage, the years, the success me and my wife have had, you know? But anyway, let me show you some videos. Okay, some are silly, some are people giving their opinion. Okay. And I'm going to have to put the waffle guy back up here. You know how he breaks down interracial marriages, the stats. And these stats, it's a beautiful thing. We should embrace that. Tomorrow, no, I'm coming on Wednesday, Beverly. Yeah, Wednesday. I hope I didn't. What is today? Oh, yeah, I'm coming on tomorrow. Yes, sorry. Sorry, my microphone. Yeah, I'm coming on tomorrow. Okay. We'll do this tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to cover hate crime hoaxes. Okay. And the reason I might cover it is because there are hate crimes out there, right? And we need to address it. We need to take care of it, and we need to hold people accountable for it. Okay. They do happen, and it's horrible, it's disgusting. But there are uh fake hate crimes out there. There are people portraying hate crime hoaxes. Okay. And I want to cover that. And I'm not going to go in it to slam a group of people. I'm just going to talk about it and how it hurts all of us. Okay. There are a lot of fake hate crimes out there, a lot of hoaxes. Okay. And, we seen the last one, what, Jesse Smollett, he manufactured a fake hate crime. Okay. There have been several people that do it. The reason we know he did, he's a celebrity and, you know, has a lot of influence. But everyday people are doing this. Okay. There are people of different races doing fake hate crimes. And it needs to stop. Because if we're going to have more positive race relations, we got to stop the fake stuff. Okay. Because it does nobody no good. It gets people emotionally stirred up, angry. People can get hurt or unalived, innocent people. We got to be responsible. We can't create fake hate crimes. Okay. You know, and it does happen. And believe it or not, more than you would think. Um, but, you know, it's sad to see when people do it. But I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about, I don't know if you guys remember Tawana Brawley back in the 80s, back in 87. Okay. Um, it was big news. She was found one morning and had, was dirty, had feces in her hair, and supposedly she been arred and assaulted. Okay. And it was a big thing. Al Sharpton was behind it, and he had these big lawyers going in. And I mean, the country was just, people were mad and emotional. And some people took their own lives. Some people were hurt by it. It was horrible. Okay. And it turned out to be a hoax. And it's sad because it didn't need to be, you know. But I'll talk about that. And if you guys know about it, you'll remember. If you don't, you get it like a history lesson. Okay. Um, Now, with that being said, are there hate crimes? Yes. And we know the horrible hate crimes in our nation's history that happened. And it's sad. And it's disgusting. Okay. But that's what I'm going to cover, the fake hate crimes. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you some videos. Um, and I got a couple people that wanted me to talk about that. And I guess because Jesse Smollett was, all the charges were dropped. The Supreme Court of Illinois dropped the charges. And, there's a lot of people that are upset about that. What he did was wrong. I don't think we should punish him forever. You get held accountable. You learn your lesson. You never do it again. And it should be an example to other people. Don't be wasting police resources and making things up. Okay. But anyway, that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. Yes, I will be on tomorrow. I will be on Saturday. Okay. But that's something I think we need to talk about because that can impact interracial relationships, right? And I don't like the fake hate crimes because, people can get hurt. People can lose their lives over this, and it can, hurt interracial relationships. Well, it can hurt just normal relationship with different people, being friends and getting along. I mean, so it's really important. Okay. It won't be a super long live, but I'm just going to, well, I better not say that because who knows? But I'll try to keep it short. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about interracial relationship, the power couple privilege. Okay. Here's some stats you've seen before, right? You'll be listening, making sweet potato pies. Awesome. Okay. You guys seen this stat? I've showed it. Okay. And this is why I think Black women should consider opening up their options. Okay. Black women, you outnumber Black men by over 2 million just to start. Okay. Okay. And then these stats I got from Black demographics, because people say you don't ever say where you got the stats. I say it all the time. You just don't listen. Okay. That's where I got the stats. 30% of Black men married. Okay. And now that stat is fluid. It rises and falls, goes up and down. But that's about approximately where it's at. 27% of Black women are married. Okay. So marriage rates are really low in the Black community. Now, marriage rates are dropping in all communities. Okay. And some people say, well, you don't have to be married. You can just, live together, have kids. Why do you need to get married? Okay. For me, I think marriage is everything. Marriage brings a man and woman together. Marriage has accountability too. I think a lot of people don't want to get married because of the accountability. There's a lot of men out there that don't want to be held accountable. Okay? If it goes wrong, they just want to get out and only pay child support. Because when you're married, your wife can get alimony and a portion of the assets. Okay? But marriage, I think is what builds a strong nation, keeps a family unit together. Because children do better with both parents. Let's be honest. Now, there are great single parents out there, but it's easier on the parents when you have two parents, and the kids usually do better. Okay, not always. There's always an exception, but generally they do better because they have more opportunities. Okay, they're held more accountable when somebody's always home and you're growing up. You can't do all the things when you got a single mother that works and hardly home, or a single father. You know. Anyway, okay. Black adults have the highest divorce rate and lowest marriage rates. Okay. Where do I get this data? U.S. Census. Okay. They do track these numbers. Okay. According to Census Bureau data, black wife, white husband marriages have the lowest divorce rate. So looking at that, and you want to be married, who do you have a better chance of having a marriage with? And who do you have a better chance of having the longest lasting? Okay. Now, you got to still vet, because don't get caught up and say, well, you have a friend that's married to a white guy and he's a great guy, and you see they got an awesome relationship. Okay. And thinking you get a white guy, it's going to be just like that. Doesn't always work that way. People are people. There are corrupt people in all groups. Okay. And I got caught up into that. I was like, well, black women are great, and I had great experiences. And then I got with the wrong black woman. And I learned my lesson. You need to know who you're with, not just be attracted to them. Okay. But anyway, that's, a little food for thought, some stats in there. Okay, this one. Okay, swirling, good, bad, and ugly. Okay, you've seen this, well, good and bad. We could add ugly to it. But there's good and bad to swirling. Okay, the good part of swirling is taking your swirling to investment, meaning taking your interracial dating to marriage. Okay, swirl for marriage, love, and family. That's the good swirl. Okay, now the bad, swirling to lust, swirling to an experience, swirling to a freak off. Okay, that's a bad way to swirl. Okay, a lot of times it's crazy. A lot of times white men are accused of being fetishizers and racist and, just want to use black women for an experience. But if that was true, our marriages wouldn't last the longest. Okay. Pick the funniest pictures. Yeah. But I try to do that with the slides. So, give you an idea. But you can see, what are the good swirlers? You see these drunk guys, there's a black guy and a white guy. They're down with the swirl. They're doing it for lustful purposes. And here you got people swirling to investment for love, family. Okay. All right. Yeah. But, when you swirl, make sure you swirl the right way. Okay. Don't get with somebody that wants to experience. Okay. And I'm telling you, there are men and women that swirl because of lustful reasons, or, they want to play around. People do that. Now, you don't want to end up with that person if you're looking for love and marriage. You got to make sure they're willing to take their swirl to investment too. Okay. And have your standards, because even if you vet, sometimes people are good liars and very convincing, and you know, have your standards. You have your standards. A lot of times it weeds out the bad ones, right? Ladies, you don't have to show a man you love him by having physical contact. Okay? And men should realize that the physical, sexual stuff comes with marriage. Okay? I'm very traditional. I believe you should not touch a woman till she's your wife. Okay? And today's world, most people aren't waiting to marriage. Okay? A lot of people don't even get married. But you're better off doing it that way. You know, it keeps you loyal to each other. It keeps you from lusting after other people. Okay, holding accountable. Okay, you can love somebody without going to the physical. Okay, the physical should be the last part. That should, when it comes to love, that's sexual contact alone is not love. Okay, it's a part of love, but it comes when you have love in all areas. It's like the icing on the cake. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now let me show you my. Let me show you this guy.
Statistic: white guys view.
Okay. Now I trust this guy. Okay. He's got a Waffle House T-shirt, so you got to trust him. Okay. You know, but he goes into the stats. Let me show this.
Interesting statistic: white guys view black women differently than black guys. And these statistics don't lie.
All right, let me stop it right there. Yes, white guys do view black women different than black guys. That is true. And you can't tell me I'm lying, okay? Us white guys, white men that have relationships with black women, have a marriage. We look at black women as a privilege to be with them, as a blessing. We don't look at it like, you know, we're owed anything. We see it as, we embrace it because a lot of times we don't expect it. You know, when we hear all those stereotypes that black women don't like white men, and one likes us, like, oh wow, this is great, this is awesome. We embrace it. And I'm telling you, white men that seek out black women, that love black women, they cherish black women. They love black women. They're all in. And I tell you, that's how I was. When I met my wife, I was so into her, it wasn't funny. You know, I'm still into her like that today. But I mean, I didn't have to have the physical. Of course, the desire's there. We're human, right? But I could wait. I just being around her, I just wanted to be around her, wanted to be with her. I embraced that relationship we had, you know? And as it went further and went into marriage, then everything falls in place. And it's so awesome because you come together with love, marriage, and you can do it without regrets, without hurt, without the uncertainty. Because I'm telling you, if you jump into sex, put that first. That's like rolling the dice. It might work. You might love each other, but then again, one might be there for the experience and one wants to go to investment. The other just caught up in the lust. What do? I'm just saying. But let's continue.
Interracial divorce rates. This is pretty interesting. A black man and a white woman are 200% more likely to be divorced.
200% more likely to be divorced when it's a black man and white woman. That's interesting. But here's the reason I think that is. Okay? I think that black men and white women are put on that pedestal and kind of taken care of, uplifted. They kind of are treated like the prize, right? And when I see black men saying they're the prize, I'm like, wait a minute, what? But I understand it because black women put them on that pedestal. They make them the prize. Well, us white men, we do that for white women. So could it be that they're both looking for each one or the other to make it happen? When black women, white men are hit the ground running. Just saying.
An Asian man and a white woman are 59% more likely to be divorced. An Asian woman and a white man are 4% more likely to be divorced. But this is the crown of the study. A white man and a black woman are 44% less likely to get divorced. Pretty interesting, isn't it, my sister?
Pretty interesting, right? Look, these stats are tracked. There's hard data. This ain't just some survey. Hey, man, what do you think? Oh, like, the most involved father thing. Okay. How many times you have cereal with your kids? How many times you go to the park? Okay. They're asking you. It's kind of like an opinion. But marriage, that's hard data. How long people are married, they can track that. There's evidence there. It's not caught up in a feeling like, oh, well, we think we're the best, so we're the best. No, it's like, here's the stats, here's the data, here's the evidence. Okay? Now, any group of people can have a failed or successful marriage, okay? I'm not saying that, if you ain't a black woman, white man, you're not going to be successful in marriage. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, statistically, you have a better chance. And why is that? It's that power couple privilege. It's not given to us by no means. In fact, if the world had any say in it, we would be in last place. Just saying. But we're not. We're winning. We're in first place. Okay? All right, let me take this down. Thank you, Waffle House guy. That was I got to go get me a Waffle House t-shirt. Okay. All right. I'm going to show this video. This woman is acting crazy, but well, let me show you. She's got some good points, though.
Somebody got to say it.
Okay. Well, all right. When black women choose white men, somebody's got to say it. All right, young lady. Let's hear it.
Somebody got to say it. And I'll be the bitch to say it. Fellas, you want to know why your black queens is choosing these white men? I'm motherfucking tell you. See, a lot of black men have a lack of ability to see the greatness in the black woman.
That's true. But I tell you this. Us white men that love black women, we see the beauty and the greatness in black women. I believe that to be total truth.
View us in a fucked up light. You know why? Because they motherfucking mamas was fucked up. They get mad at us for seeing the potential in them. Like, nigga, you're great, nigga.
Get mad at seeing the potential. Maybe because that potential comes with hard work. I don't know. But I don't want to say their moms are effed up. I don't agree with that. Black women do their best with what they got. Okay? But let's continue.
But no, they think it's nagging. Then the black bitch go get a white nigga. This motherfucking kissing toes, bowing down, buying houses. Oh.
Okay, well, The kissing toes, no, I'm not into that. But buying houses, yes, we do that. Committing to marriage, okay? It don't take us long to get married. If you're a traditional white man, you're going, black women, if you get a traditional white man that loves you, he's going to wife you up as soon as he feels you're the one. And it ain't going to take years. It ain't going to take several months. It's going to happen pretty quick. Okay? We don't mess around with marriage. We don't. Okay? I was married at 24, and I was a late bloomer. Just saying. And you know what? If we seek out the black woman, we've had to go through a lot of stuff to get there. We had to fight the stereotypes. We had to fight against the barriers. Yes, sometimes we had to kick family members to the curb to get a chance to be with a black woman. Because we see the value, we see the beauty, we see the treasure. We see it clear as day. I don't understand why there's so many black men that don't see the value in the black woman. Like, come on.
The first day, he's addressing that black queen as a motherfucking queen. He actually listens to what the fuck she got to say.
Listens. Tell you what, if you're with a black woman that loves you, you better listen. Okay? You listen. Look, with my wife, I listened when she told me something. I took it serious. And many times she had better ideas than I did. And that's okay. But I'm telling you, she was all for me. And she put me first. So I could be better and put her first. Let's continue.
He take heed of her fucking interests. He don't tell her, oh, that's a dumbass idea. I'm just a narcissist. And no, you're not going to be great. Instead, he pours into her because he knows having her is fucking valuable. Nigga,
Wow. Now, I never understood why people will tear down black women. When a lot of times black women are trying to uplift their men in their community, and they turn around and tear them down. What's that about? You know, I never understood that. And I'm just like, these women are pouring their heart into you, their love. And I see black women doing it. I'm just like, when I was young, before I was married, I was like, I want that. I want to be with her because she has love. She's loyal. She has character. Black women have those traits. And I'm not saying other women can't have it, because there's other women that have it too. But it just seems like black women have just more of it. They're more in tune. And black women, they talk about them being crazy and loud. No, what that is black women have a lot of emotions because they have a big heart. You know, black women will pour everything into you. And when you have a big heart and a lot of love, you're going to be emotional. Okay? That's not a bad thing. Black women are passionate. You might say she's getting loud. No, she believes in what she's saying. Those to me are beautiful qualities. But people try to spin them into something they're not. Try to spin a blessing she has into something that's wrong. Anyway, let's continue.
Now you just went up with a black bitch. They fucking worship us, but don't shoot the messenger.
Okay, sorry about the cursing. Okay, but I think she had some good points. Okay, we do Look, I know I value black women more than anybody. And I believe that white men that love black women value them more than any other group of men. I believe that. Okay, and that's not saying you can't get a good man of any race. I'm just saying how I feel about black women and what I went through to be with a black woman and men I know that love black women like me and what they've been through. I'm just saying. But the beautiful thing is black women are going through that stuff too. And we're becoming stronger. We're able to fight off the hate. Anyway, okay, let's show another one.
You men be like, I don't know if she likes white men. I do. Oh, I do? Okay. Listen, if you like black women, hit me up because I like you.
Okay, nice video, right? If you like white women, she likes white men. There's a lot of black women that love white men. Okay? And ladies, there's a lot of white men that love black women and only prefer black women. And I'm telling you, when you're attracted to a woman and you have genuine love for a group of women, you don't want nothing else. You don't. Because that's where your heart is. You can't see, people don't understand. A lot of people think, oh, well, a woman's a woman, you just find a good one. It don't work that way. Not with all men. Some, it's like, for me, it was black women are nothing because that's where my heart was. Yeah. And I can't lie to my heart. I just can't. People say, well, that's weird. You should, like all women. Well, as friends, I do like all women. All women are great. But when it comes to love and marriage, it's black women or nothing. It is what it is. Okay? And I've gotten hate for that. Well, sorry. That's just how I am. Everybody has a preference, right? But somehow there's something wrong with my preference because I'm not allowed to have black women as a preference as a white guy. And if I do, it's just a fetish. Okay. Try having a fetish for 30 years with one woman. Because if it is a fetish, a sexual desire, men that have that are with multiple women. It takes a man that has character, true love in his heart, and self-discipline. Same thing with women. When you got that true love, you can be loyal. And it's not hard. But for me, with black women, it's easy to love black because they already have my heart. So if I find one that loves me, I'm set. And I was able to do that. Me and my wife Sandy have power couple privilege. That's what I call it. It don't mean we're better than other people. No, it just means we put in the work and we have the better result. Anyway. All right. Let me show this one last one. Okay.
A lot of black women.
Okay, let's hear what this young lady says. Okay. And is this true or a stereotype? Let's listen.
I feel like a lot of black women that marry white men are for love. I feel like a lot of black men that marry white women is out of a comparison. Like, I don't necessarily see a lot of black women that have married white men downplay black men in the process. Like, it's just like, I met him, I love him, I married him, the end. But then you see the reverse. It's like, I have to marry white because he's black. do this and they act like that and they do that. And it's just like, that's what makes it weird.
I hate seeing black women with white men more than I hate seeing black men with white women.
And it's the reverse for me.
It's the reverse for me also. I don't think it's always about love. And it's about a lot of self-esteem issues and self-hatred issues. And again, like I was saying, the pursuit of the American dream, all these ideals that people grew up with. But at the end of the day, love who you love.
Okay. How do you feel about that? Do you feel a certain way when you see a black man with a white woman, or a black woman with a white man? Do you feel some kind of way either way? Or you don't care, you just want what you want? That's pretty much me. I find that odd that, like, black men say they don't like seeing black women with white men. Why not? Is it because of racial sins of the past? Or is it they just feel some kind of way that they're not valued? Because when I see white women with black men, I don't care. I don't feel like she's sticking it to me, or she's just going with who she wants to be with. That's how I see it. And you should be with who you want to be with. And I'd be a hypocrite to be mad at a white woman with a black man when I'm married to a black woman. They don't make sense. But see, my heart belongs to a black woman, so I could care less what white women do. I'm not interested in them in that way. And it's not self-hate, no, self-love, to where I could step out of my comfort zone and be with the group of women I want to be with, and take my swirl to investment and win. That's self-love, where I can change the patterns of the past in my life, where I could get away from the status quo and live the way I want to live, believe how I want to believe. And you're either with me or you're not, but I'm going to choose my own path. And I have, and I do. And you black women have been an inspiration for me to do that. But anyway, I just, I like watching these and get people's take on it, just to see what they think,
I feel like
Okay, we already seen it. Thank you, young lady. Okay, let me go ahead and remove this video. Okay, that was it. I'm going to close this soon. This is just supposed to be a short live, guys. And just giving you my thoughts. I don't just hope they are happy together. Oh, I don't. Okay, you don't feel a certain way. You just hope they're happy together. That's me. I want people to be happy. What would benefit me to see somebody not happy in their life? Even my enemies, that are people that are, let's not say enemies, let's say rivals, okay? People I can't stand. I don't benefit if they're struggling or if they're having problems. I don't benefit, and I don't want to see them suffer in relationships or what they got going on. All I want is to have them leave me and my family alone. That's it. Some people can't do that because they're jealous, envious, and just sick in the head. But people are people. But we have something that's awesome. We have something that's beautiful. Those of us in an interracial marriage. Okay. And I tell you, it just gets better and better. I wake up and see my wife, and I thank God for the blessing. I thank God I have another day with my wife. And you say, why would you say that? Well, we're not going to live forever, right? And look, there was a time I almost lost my wife when she's giving birth to our youngest daughter. She almost didn't come out of there alive, guys. So every day, I cherish every day with my wife. There was a time I got a brain tumor and we didn't know what was going to happen. I thought that was it for me. I'm, I was ready to, you know, show my wife love and my children, but by the grace of God, we pulled out of it. And I tell you, every day with my wife is a blessing from heaven above. And people will say, you're privileged. They think because I'm a white guy, I'm just automatically privileged. And that's fine. You can believe that. But where I'm really privileged is with my wife. I got power couple privilege. And nobody can take that away. The love me and Sandy have, nobody can take from us. And that's more privilege than anything. That's more privilege than wealth. That's surely more privilege than white privilege, whatever that is. Right. Just be happy together, happy marriage, happy children. Yes. When a husband and wife are happy, kids tend to be happy too. Okay. They tend to be healthier. Okay. Happiness leads to healthy. Okay. It really does. They prove that scientifically. People that are happy, they're usually less stressful. They're usually their heart don't race as much. They don't, it just is. And they've proven that. People that are really stressed out, angry all the time, and they usually, it can hurt you health wise. Now we all get stressed, we all get mad, we all get hurt, but when we have somebody that loves us, most of the time we're happy. Okay, you will get under each other's skin. Everybody does it, but at the end of the day, you love each other more than your problems. There's nothing going to break you apart. Okay. All right, Big Tatsu. Why would I value a beta king option of who I'm supposed to love? LOL. All they do is whine about the white man, and it's pathetic. I'm with you. I'm with my beautiful lady for love. There is no comparison with her. Awesome. Yeah, why wouldn't men worry about men? It's weird. Why would men? I don't know. They got weird, creepy dudes stalking men online, and so like, oh my god, I have to call the feds and report this creepy behavior. Praise God. Oh, thanks, Beverly. You're sweet. You're awesome. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link one more time. Okay, the link's there if you want to come up. If not, I'm going to put this to bed. Okay, I just want to do this quick live, guys. I was going to do a video, but I said I'll just do a live and we'll look at some videos and What's that? Facts. I see that all the time on X. All Dr. Umar types, they can't stop the black. Yeah, right. And here's the funny thing. Yeah, you see it all the time, right? And Dr. Umar's one of the ones, that Hotep hero. He's telling black people, oh, you got to stay together, and white people are evil, and Dr. Umar is going to save the black community. Talks about how black people should marry black people, but yet he's not married and has children. Interested in that. That's interesting, right? It's funny. But us white guys married to black women are called fetishizers. But yet Umar, 5'5", thick in the thighs all the time, lusting after black women, but he's not a fetishizer. He's a good man. He's one of these most involved father dudes. They don't get married. They're not worried about that. But they do have post toasties with their kids or Cocoa Puffs or whatever the heck. That means you're involved. So, we won't talk about being involved financially or kids' college or, that's another survey, I guess. Jesus, I think it's hard for me personally to find white men who want a serious relationship with black women. As a young black woman, I want a marriage, so I want to see if there are young black men. Okay. Well, whoever you want to marry, that's your choice. Okay. Hopefully you find a good man. I don't think it's hard to find a white man that wants to get married. I think it's where you're at, your environment. Well, let me take that back. It might be hard if you're not around a lot of white people. Okay. And take this in mind. There's a lot of, stereotypes and barriers. There's white men that would love to be with a black woman, but they just don't think they have a chance, or you just don't cross paths. Look, black women were my preference. I had to seek them out. Okay. And I know it's easier for men because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Women, they don't want to chase men and shouldn't. But, if you're in the right environment, right place, you can find good white men that'll marry you. I see it happening all the time. I think black women that, and I know this is true, that black women that are in more predominantly white neighborhoods with, around white people tend to not have problems dating white men or marrying white men. I think it's the ones that are with predominantly black people that have some kind of stereotypes they've been taught or some idea how white men are. I think that's what's a lot of times what's going on. And it's not their fault. How you're taught in life, you're going to believe. If somebody tells you this group is weird or messed up, and you hear your parents or your family say it, you tend to start believing it until you find out the truth. Okay. Good night, Beverly. Good night, all. Very good show. Thanks. Oh, thank you so much. That was sweet. Oh, okay. We got a troll here. Let's see. TU22. There's a Stockholm syndrome of delusionalness in the community. Nobody wants to call it out. Fetishization of black women by making them baby mamas, sexualizing. Oh, okay. I don't think it's a troll. Sexualizing them in music videos, rap songs, etc. Okay. I'm sorry to call you Troy. Yeah, I think so. And it's funny because as white men, we're told we're the evil, lusty fetishizers, but I see black men doing fetishizing all the time. And it's like, wait a minute. You like the curvy women with the big butts and you talk about it, but yet I say I love black women and I'm guilty of fetishization. Like, what? Okay. I think you need to read the definition of fetishization. Always gotta head out. Great live usual. I definitely rewatch for sure. Thanks always for thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Okay, let me go ahead. All right, guys. Yeah, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Have a blessed week. I'm glad I came on tonight to have this live, and sometimes I just have a itch to, hey, let's go live. Let's, sometimes I just want to. And I know this was thrown together, but there's something I see, and look, people say, oh, thank you to you, Tutu. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you being here. Thank you. You guys, thank you so much for the kindness and the love. I appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me. This YouTube thing, it gets to you sometimes. And sometimes you come on and you have a little emotion and anger and things are happening. And I try to keep it together as best as possible, but I'm human like everybody else. Sometimes I got to take breaks from this. Okay. Sometimes I got to go live and I got to do it again. And I got to throw a video. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to be with my wife and, but I try most of the time keep it to one day a week. That's the schedule. No, thanks, Jennifer Smith. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You really are. And, you're what makes this work, And I love you guys for that. I appreciate you spending your time here listening to me talk. Okay, I appreciate that. And I love spending time with you online. This is awesome. Back in the day, I never thought that we could get on a computer and talk to people, across the country or different parts of the world. And, I grew up in the 70s. I mean, so you can imagine, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have, internet. We didn't have those things, and I fast forward to today, I'm like, wow. I remember my dad bought these encyclopedias and, and I was excited because I was like, oh man, I could find out some stuff and look in there. They had like dinosaurs in there and different things. And, that was interesting. But you had to have a huge bookshelf full of all these encyclopedias and books and all this stuff. Now I could just get on my cell phone and just how big was Tyrannosaurus Rex? It'll tell me. Okay. What is the marriage stats with black women and white men? Boom. It'll pop up. You'll see stuff come up. You can Google it. That's just information here. All in the palm of your hand. You watch TV on a cell phone. I always thought, man, talking to people across the world and just instantly. I mean, we don't really see it like, I mean, if you were in the past and you looked at today, it'd be like science fiction in a way, But now it's here, and we don't see it that way because it's just life. A cell phone, okay. You got a smartphone, wow. Now they have DNA. They can tell you where you come from, what parts of the world, and break it down in percentages, and like, wow. Yeah. But anyway, hey, Indiana mom, good to see you. Okay, guys, let me go ahead and close this. I got to get to work tomorrow. It's still a little early. Maybe I'll watch a movie with my wife. I don't know, read a good book. I lay in her lap and read a good book and tell her I love her. And but guys, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Okay. And thank you guys that have been with me all 3 years we've been doing this. Thank you for, some of you been with me since the beginning, through the ups and downs, when our views were peaking out, and then when they went down to hardly nobody watching, then they go up again. We're happy, go down the roller coaster. And I appreciate those of you that have stuck with me, though. And have shown me love and respect for my wife. I really appreciate that. More than anything, showing my wife love and respect means more to me than anything. More than you guys showing me love, really. And I thank you for that. You guys are a blessing. You guys are awesome. Okay. And, when you're out there, ladies, explore your options. Okay? Go where you're loved, celebrated, but always be cautious, always vet, have your standards. Okay? Nobody can tell you what your standards are. That's up to you. Okay? Remember, ladies, you are the prize, you are the treasure. You're the beautiful one. Okay? Don't let no beta dumpling take what belongs to you. Okay? But anyway, have a good night, guys. God bless you and your families, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.